wrap-up video where I'll be telling you what are the books I read, which one I recommend, which I do not. So let's get started. Hi guys, this is Shelvi Garg. If you're also crazy about books, do subscribe to my channel as I'll be making more book-related videos. So starting from the book which I loved reading and I highly recommend is The Murder on the Orient Express by Agatha Christie. I love Agatha Christie books and I am on a kind of mission to read all her books. So this is the 10th installment of the Poirot series by the Queen of Crime, and it is a murder mystery. Now coming to the plot, there is a detective, Hercule Poirot, in the series which Agatha Christie writes, and so that detective is boarding a train, that's the Orient Express, and that train is stopped in the midnight due to storm. Now this guy Simon Ratchet gets killed, and the detective knows that the murderer is among the coach members. So now he investigates. That the whole process is amazing, and at the end when you get to know the killer, you will be so not expecting that. And if you've never read an Agatha Christie book, then I will say you start with this. It's awesome. You'll become a fan like me. The next book which I will recommend to you, and I loved it, is the Kane and Abel by Jeffrey Archer. This is his first book which I read, and it was amazing. I mean, it's like an emotional journey you go through when you keep the book down. It's like very overwhelming for you. Now the story goes like, it's actually the two parallel storylines. There is this one guy, William Kane, and the other one is Abel Resnowski, and they both born on the same day in different parts of the world, and how they go through their childhood, how their lives are different from each other's lives, and how destiny makes them meet and change each other's lives. It's like a totally, you live those two lives, characters, though they are against each other, you still love both the characters. I mean, I love both the characters, and it goes till the end when they get old. So you live those two lives from the first day they are born to their last day. So it is amazing. I totally loved it. I will really recommend you guys that you read this. The next book which I read was The Rise of Sivagami by Anandini Lekantan. It is a good book. I liked it. It is actually Bahubali before the beginning, that is even before the films. It has the childhood of Shivagami and Katappa, the two main characters from the movies, and other characters like Prince Bijala and Mahadev's childhood is also there. I liked the book because I was curious to know more about Bahubali's world, its characters, its history. So if you are curious about that too, I will recommend that to you. I've done a detailed review of this book. I'll leave the link in the description below, so check it out. The next book which I read was The Rosie Project by Graham Simpson. It is an Australian novel, and this was his debut novel which he wrote in 2013. It was actually supposed to be a script for the film, but then he changed his idea into a novel and it got an award. So it was actually kind of famous novel. So it's a romantic comedy. Coming to the plot of the book, there is this guy, Professor Don Tillman. He is actually Sheldon of the Big Bang Theory. He is super organized. He has his particular way of doing things. He is antisocial. So he has all these characteristics which are totally like Sheldon. Now he wants to get married, and he wants a perfect wife for him. So he prepares a questionnaire that will get him a perfect wife. That is the Wife Project, which he names it. And it has questions like, do you drink, do you smoke, and even some math problems. Then enters Rosie in his life, who is totally opposite of what he wants in his perfect wife. She is careless, irresponsible in a lot of ways. So, but still they work on a project together, and that is when their romance starts. I think the plot became a little bit boring in between. The writing was good, there is a lot of humor in there, but still, as I got to know later actually that it is a part of the series, I'm not so curious to read the second part of the series. Overall, it was an okay book. I won't recommend it to you. There are many better love stories out there. Guys, these were the books which I read in November. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books or are you planning to read on to. I will highly recommend the first two, as I already told you. And tell me your list. What were the books you read the last month, and what were your experiences? Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give a thumbs up if you like the video. So this is me, Shelvi, signing off.